Good day, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Here's an interview with Hunter that's going to blow you the fuck away. Before we get into the interview, I want to say a big thank you to one Rob from Fit Challenge and one Dr. Best from Dr. Steve Best, who were the first to send me their banners for this wall, which you will see behind you in the future. We'll have a bunch of fun stuff on it. They were the first to answer their call, so thank you so much for sending me your stuff. Drop me a note, and I will give you the address where you can send this stuff, or I'll put the address right on the screen, maybe, because why am I hiding? Today's interview is with Hunter. What a treat. I'm on the phone with Dave Claxton. We're doing OCR Weekly Show. Hunter calls me with exciting news. I said, get on with us right now. So here's a small portion of that. You're going to hear the whole thing when I put up that entire episode. But for now, here is the very exciting call with Hunter, where you're going to learn how you can win a Jeep. Last thing, always forget, another thing that happened just now. I talked to the one, the only, John Albin. We talked about his recent ultra victory and record-breaking race over in Europe, and also whether he's going to come over here or not. Well, is he going to come? Matt, just tell us. I'm not. You're going to have to listen. So that's coming soon. Let's get to me, Dave and Hunter. OCR Stars 2. Away we go.
We are going November 1st through November 18th. 3 weeks this year. We realized that pushing it all the way towards Thanksgiving is a little bit much for coordination. Yeah, you'll have 3 weeks. Exciting. Matt B. Davis is going to get in the best shape of his life because he's so excited to compete, potentially to win a car.
What?
Matt,
you're giving away a car?
No, I mean, listen, you can't actually compete to win the car. Anybody who signs up is put into a raffle to win a car. It's actually I get very anxious about it. I've done this a couple times. There's this website where you just click it and it will rifle through all of the emails and select it. And last time I did this, I gave away one of those Polar GPS watches, and that's worth maybe $600. This car is worth $30,000, so it's a much heavier click.
So the car is not your old Bronco then?
No, that Bronco is worth more than the Jeep that I'm giving you guys.
Scrumptious Ham, I've got several questions.
Yeah, what's going on? What do you want to talk about?
I'm guessing there were contest rule problems with giving away the car, and that's why you just have to make it a drawing. Was that the issue? Was it legal?
No. It has nothing to do with legality. I will tell you, there's no real complications behind it. It's raffle wise, I just thought was more fair, because here's what's going to happen. If I tell the winners, the best people that are going to win a car, Ryan Atkins and Lindsey Webster are going to sign up and they're going to win again. And they're going to walk away with, those are the same people that win every single year. And I just realized that the people who actually pay for this sport and actually fund this sport and the lifestyle and the current existence and continuing existence of our sport are people that sign up every single week, month after month, year after year. So I'm going to give a car to one of those people. I mean, it could be one of the pros that ends up winning it, but I'm going to give it to the open class. Whoever signs up gets a chance to win for a car.
So just by paying $39.95 and participating in OCR Stars Season 2, I can win a freaking Jeep. That is amazing.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
I always wanted a car, and I was always disappointed in some of the bigger purveyors of our sports that they never really put those partnerships together. They somehow brought Harley into the deal, which makes absolutely no sense, even though I love Harleys. So I was like, let's get a car. So, and I'll be totally honest, it's coming straight out of my pocket. Nobody came in on the partnership aspect of this thing to help pay for this car. I'm currently in a Jeep right now, so I can honestly tell you I've owned 4 Jeeps. I'm a huge fan of them. So I'd want people to have the best cars possible to go event to. And we're doing well enough as a company, with other providing businesses, house and builder, that we can afford it. I mean, I could totally be on my ass if no one signs up for this thing, but I'll keep the car if that's the case.
Well, is there a minimum number of signups before the car is eligible?
Nope. It's like jumping off of a cliff with a parachute that you haven't really checked yet.
I love it. That's
Yeah.
literally putting your money where your mouth is. Well, I'm going to say that I will absolutely sign up. I mean, for $39.95, I can win a freaking car. How are we getting plus you got to get the car to the person. That's expensive. Eesh.
Oh, listen, there's all this stuff that you're going to see when you sign up in reality, and you can always look into this stuff, and I'll be the most upfront person about it. When you receive something like this, we don't take care of the logistics. Like, you're going to have to come get the cars, and you are going to have to pay the taxes and fees to register them to the state
Right.
of which you live in and stuff. This Jeep that I'm going to get, if we go way through the roof, I'll buy the Wrangler that I want to get for everybody, like the one I'm in right now. But right now, it's going to be a Jeep Renegade with all the accoutrements. It's still a freaking awesome car. Still great 4x4, tons of trunk space to take all the stuff and all your friends to any race that you want to go to. But the reality is it's going to cost me around $26,000 to $28,000. And then if you went to go get it, let's say, Matt, you want it, you're going to have to pay taxes and fees in Georgia. In Los Angeles, being one of the most expensive counties there is, like, I had to spend like $2,000 just on this car.
So I don't have to fly to Malibu or Connecticut. You'll make it available like in my local region.
For the most part, yes. I already have a relationship with the dealership, and what it may cost you in the very end of getting this car, you may have to spend like $1,200 with in taxes to get the car to your door.
Right, and that's pretty normal. I think that's pretty normal.
But
I like this. But here's a I'm going to throw this out as a possibility. Okay, we're thinking on the fly. Okay, what if you give an option? You're like, listen, you can do that, or you can come see me, and I will take you to dinner or breakfast. If it's in the morning, I'll take you to breakfast. It's dinner, take you to coffee, and then you drive the car back on your own. But the bonus is you get to spend a few minutes with the champ himself. What about that as an option?
Oh, that's already coming in, dude. That's already, like, I'm going to go to the dealership and, like, walk you around the parking lot and stuff. I'm just not going to be the person who signs, like, the paperwork and, like, hold your hand. Like, if you don't own a license, you're in trouble.
On you. Right.
There's like another thing that we've had to deal with, and I cannot guarantee this is going to happen, but let's just say somebody in Yugoslavia wins. We are just going to cut you. I'm not going to deal with the problems.
That's like, I remember the first year of Tahoe, and the winner won a platinum rig, and so they had to ship that fucking thing to Susanna.
OCR stars ain't gonna do that.
All right, Dave, what questions do you have? I'm sure you have questions about the workouts. Dave, by the way,
thousands.
Dave is our expert, by the way, on hybrid fitness. So he follows all the Hyroxes, all the Decas. He's the man. So what questions do you have, Dave, about OCR Stars Season 2?
Okay, first off, by expert, I think he means fanboy. So, big fan of this stuff. OCR Stars 2. First question I have is, man, you went kind of psychologically nuts on the first one, that it was so much stress on you. And I know that you're not making a ton of money off this, if you're managing to make money at all. What's the motivation behind going back to that?
I realize that there's power beyond the stress. Like, I'm just putting bricks on top of my chest, and I'm feeling the pressure. And I'm realizing if I can hold on to that pressure, by the time I deal with this bullshit for long enough, it will make me 10 times a better man and 10 times a better businessman. And also, I recognize, and I don't want to sound, crass or rude to any of the other businesses, but I just feel like it's like drinking beer, going to a regular obstacle course race is like drinking beer, and like this is like doing heroin. It's like risky and hardcore. Like, I'm like, shit, this is nuts. I just feel like the OCR industry is flatlined. They don't care anymore. They're not adding extra spunk. They're not changing things up. They're not trying to make the experience for the athletes better. I'm like, fuck it, man. Like, I can do this. I'm young enough. I'm hardworking enough that I'm going to make the industry a better place. I feel like Spartan Race and Tough Mudder and all the other flat lines ever since maybe 2016, nothing's changed. Nothing's gotten any better. Cash prizes, flatlined. Obstacle, obstacle ingenuity, flatline. They're like egg beater. They're like crooked metal merbach. Like bent twister thing. It's technical. Watch out. Like, I'm so sick and tired of experiencing the same thing over and over again. That's why I quit. But I personally have gripes with the industry, and rather than complain, I'm just going to build it better.
All right. So you're talking workouts. How many workouts are we looking at? And because it's a shorter time, we're going to be more in a time space.
Yep. So if you see right here, we have 1 running event, we have 1 gym event, and 1 gym run events. And I'll just tell you the structure of it. The running event's very clear. Strava, press start, cover the distance necessary, press stop, most miles. We have our judges check, blah, blah, blah. 1 gym event. This is just purely gym equipment. Like, I want everyone to understand that you do need to have what's available to you in the most common of gyms. Okay. There's going to be weight involved, and there's going to be like pull-up bars involved. And just let everyone know, like, we have rules around the pull-up bars. They have to be bolted into the ground or the wall for safety purposes, blah, blah, blah. The gym run event is a mixture of gym and running, and it's a mixture of using your Strava watch and being able to film it. It's super simple, like absolutely dummy proof. 5-year-olds could accomplish this entire event. So anybody who's listening to this and freaking out, understand that I thought about it like 1,000 times through, and you'll survive.
All right. Now, in designing the workouts, did you really take into consideration a lot of, let's just say, basic movements? So again, they're easier to judge, like, so that you're not going to have so much complication in the movements. You know what I mean?
Everything that's going to be gone through our system has gone through CrossFit system so many times. Like, what I've really done is I've studied their system a ton, just because it's just like they're the Harvard University of virtual events. And it would be stupid to ignore the fact that they have already so many data samples. So I studied their movements and narrowed them down to the most easy and most repeatable and memorable movements possible that are still going to show athleticism and fitness, the sport of OCR. Now, understand that OCR typically is 90% running, 10% obstacles. This is not an obstacle event. It's a fitness-based event to find fitter obstacle course racers. So that's like a little precursor to anybody who's going to freak out and get upset that there's not monkey bars or spear throws in this event.
Question.
Yeah.
These 3 virtual events will qualify athletes for an in-person final event.
Yes.
How does that work?
So just like last year, how we made a partnership with OCRWC and people earn themselves spots into their event. We were actually one of the qualifiers for OCRWC championships last year, or this year, I guess. So this year, now we are going to host our own physical OCR Stars event.
Nice.
And we are partnering with a friend of mine named Austin. He's got an event called Battle Bunker. It's a very popular YouTube series. It's kind of very similar to Broken Skull Ranch, like a very short course type thing. We're going to mix a couple factors in there where it's almost like a CrossFit Games experience for very high-level athletes and some open-level athletes.
So if I qualify, I have to get myself there. Where is it?
Yeah, just like any other race.
I'm just asking a question, Hunter McIntyre. Where is it?
Our hopes and dreams are going to be in Colorado.
Okay, so you don't have a location yet?
No, we do have a location, but like, I'm not going to give all this information up just yet, because just like everything else, like, I don't even know if COVID Delta, like, I'm about to go over to Europe right now. And like, I've got my butt cheeks so tight because I don't know if I'm going to get on a flight and I'm going to have to turn right back around because they're going to announce the Delta virus is back and then everything's going to lockdown again. So I've realized that in my short years of being a business, you promise less and then give more if you can give at the end.
Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I want to welcome a new Patreon member, Michelle Davis. No relation. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the Patreon club. We've got Strava contests going on where you can win gooder glasses. We've got our own Discord. We've got sneak peeks of things. I tell them things sooner than I tell everybody else. Join the Patreon. Links below to get in on the action. Love ya. Miss ya. Mean it. I have got to run.